Recently, I got approached by a pre-founder. He was like, I want to start a SaaS business. I have a lot of domain knowledge around this space. I kind of have an idea, but I don't have a technical co-founder. What do I do? If you're in the position where you don't have a co-founder, or better yet, a technical co-founder, in this video, I'm going to be walking you through the 3-step process that I would follow to start a SaaS business today, so you go from zero to launching in the next 90-day period. Intro. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unstoppable. On this channel, I bring you a video every Sunday and every Wednesday to help startup founders like you build and scale SaaS businesses. So if you're new to the community, welcome to our community. Welcome to our Unstoppable community of startup founders. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell icon, because I drop an episode every Sunday and Wednesday with TK energy. If you are building a SaaS business, be sure to check out my SaaS Startup School. My SaaS Startup School will help you take your raw idea of a SaaS business and help you actually codify it and then launch it within a 90-day period from 0 to 1. So if you're interested in that and going through that journey and want my help, be sure to check out SaaS School. It is now open for enrollment. I'll share details at the end of this video and also link to it down below. Now, when I first started ToutApp, I was actually a solo founder. Fortunately, I knew how to code, but I didn't quite know sales and marketing as well, so I had to teach myself that. My belief is that if you've got an idea, if you've got some semblance of a product, regardless of whether you can code or not, you should not let the lack of a co-founder slow you down. So this has been the advice that I've given to every startup founder that I've come across, whether they're technical or not. You should not wait to find a co-founder. Now, luckily for me in my journey, I ended up with an ex post facto founder. This is what Jason Lemkin calls it, and I believe in it. It's someone that came along later on in the business that essentially became a co-founder to me. This is why I believe this even more, where you should not let the lack of a co-founder slow you down. You should just double down on the things that you need to do to start building your business, and the co-founder will arrive. If this sounds a little bit like dating advice, just go live your life and your love of your life will show up. It kind of is, that's just how the universe works. But let me break it down into tangible steps. This is not meant to be a frou-frou law of attraction video. But if you are interested in that, check out this law of attraction video around startup founders. So if you're excited to dig in on how to launch your SaaS business within 90 days, go ahead and smash that like button and let's dig into step number 1. So I would split this up into 3 months, right? 90 days. And within those 90 days, I would do a specific thing each of those months. So month number 1, I would actually focus on clarifying my ideal customer profile and my core idea. But more importantly, I would focus a lot of my time around my SaaS business on really clarifying my ideal customer profile. Why? Because before I try to solve a problem for a wide range of people, I need to get very specific around my ideal customer profile, the group of people that I want to be serving, the group of people I happen to know a lot about, the group of people with whom I've probably spent 10,000 hours so that I can start to understand how to solve the most important problems for them. So month 1, I would really focus on really clarifying my ideal customer profile and my core idea and starting to stress test it. That's month number 1. Now, if you have questions around how to exactly do this, I do have a 10-point SaaS checklist guide that goes into these specific questions to ask and answer. And I also run a weekly training on how to do this. It's completely free. I'll link to it below and tell you more about that as well. Once I do that, then month 2, I would start to build an audience with that group of people, and I would start to build an email list. Here's the thing. Most people try to actually go build some product, they try to find a co-founder, they try to develop some crazy idea that they have, and then they say, let's go do sales and marketing, and let's go hire a marketing person to write a blog, and magically we'll get 100 users to sign up, and oh right, I'll post some product hunt and I'll get 1 million users. That really doesn't work anymore. So what you start to do before you even write a line of code is A, clarify your ICP, but B, start to build an audience with an email list. And if you're wondering how to do that exactly, I do this through the form of an unstoppable sales funnel. You can check out this video right here. It's called How to Create an Unstoppable Sales Funnel. I'll link to it down below, and that teaches you how to actually start to build an audience before you even write a line of code to build your product. This is particularly convenient if you don't have a technical co-founder. Now, before I go into step 3, month number 3, let me just pause here for a second. Here's the difference in this approach. You could be person A or person B. Person A shows up at a meetup, meets an engineer and is like, I got this crazy idea, man. You want to check out my PowerPoint? And you try to convince them to come and join your startup, right? Person B is someone that has clarified who they want to serve. They have an audience, they have an email list, they maybe have a blog, they maybe have a YouTube channel, they maybe have a Twitter account with a whole bunch of these people following that person. This person is putting out content every week talking about the problems in this space and how to solve it. And they're trying to put out there like, hey, we should solve it in this way, and this is what the software could be. And they have a group of people that's supporting them, giving them feedback, and you've stress tested that. Which one do you think is more attractive, right? The person that has a theory and a PowerPoint or a spreadsheet, or the person that has an audience, has leads, has users, and are just waiting for this particular problem to be solved? This is the power in this approach. This is why I say first get clarity in your ICP and then build an audience, because then you can actually stress test your idea. Then you can actually clarify what the product really is gonna be. Maybe you'll even find a better idea for your product based on this conversation you're having with your audience. And then you're able to actually go out there with swagger. So if you're with me on this so far, before we go into number 3, can I just get a yes in the comments below so that I know you're with me and you're excited to keep moving on this? Oh, and by the way, I have created a 10-point SaaS checklist that really walks you through this in detail. I'll link to it below and tell you more about this at the end of the video, but let's go to number 3 now. Number 3 is when you actually start to recruit for your co-founder or a technical co-founder. Now, if you are a technical founder, you don't need anybody else. Honestly, you can just learn sales and marketing. This is one of the big things we teach in SaaS School. But if you absolutely cannot code, then you need to find a technical co-founder. I've met founders who are like, oh, I'll just outsource it. That's the equivalent. I don't believe in this. I don't think you can outsource startup development, because that's like saying, I want to go to the moon. All I need is to outsource the development of the spacecraft. Everything else, we're good. I know which way the moon is. The thing is, no one cares. You need to actually build the spacecraft in-house in order for this to work. So I'm a big believer that you have to have a technical co-founder. But if you do it in this very specific way, your chances of hooking up with a technical co-founder is that much higher. So when you get to month number 3, you basically have a refined ICP. You actually have an audience and an email list of potential users. You have a lot of feedback from these people on what the idea is, what the product is. Then you start to go out there and start to recruit for a technical founder. And the difference here is that you've got swagger. You've got an audience. An audience is more valuable than a product with no users, believe it or not. And so I tell my founders to do one of 3 things. Number 1, go find investors in your space. And by the way, if you're looking at finding angel investors, check out this video on how to find angel investors. I'll link to it below. It tells you exactly the type of angel investors to find. Go find those angel investors and tell them, hey, do you know an engineer or a startup founder that's like not quite sure about the idea? Here's what I'm working on. I have an audience, I have a list, a validated idea. These people want it, they're ready to pay for it. Do you know someone that would be a great co-founder for this? Investors always track and follow engineers that don't have an idea yet. So they'd be more than happy to actually connect you. The second thing you should do is actually hook into online communities. My SaaS school, for example, has founders and pre-founders. Some of them are engineers, some of them are not. And that's an example of a community where you can find other co-founders, right? They're not quite sure of an idea. They're going through the same journey as you are on really honing in on their idea. So you can actually go into online communities and start to say, hey, here's my audience. Here's what they love. Here's what we're looking to build. Who's interested in this space? The third thing you can do then is, while you're looking to build that SaaS product, because you have an engaged audience, you can find ways to monetize that audience. So maybe you don't have software for them yet, but maybe you can create a membership offering for them. Maybe you can create a digital book for them. Maybe you can create some sort of course for them. I'm not saying this is going to be the business that you get into. I am the biggest believer of SaaS businesses, but you can start to generate revenues from this engaged audience while you get to the actual product. You do all of these 3 things on month 3, you will find an amazing technical co-founder. You will find a way, because you will be a person that is valuable. You will actually have clarified your ICP. You will have built an audience. Even if it's 100 people on a mailing list, that's still better than most people with a product and no users, right? And on top of that, you will be able to attract the right talent and recruit them, because they will see that you are a person of action. You mean business. Now you know what are the 3 steps to follow to actually launch your SaaS business in 90 days. Step number 1, clarify your ICP and who you want to serve and your core idea. Step number 2, build an audience and email list. And step number 3, go in and recruit technical talent in the right way, because now you've got swagger. And when you're going into month number 3, nurture your angel investors, hook into online communities, and also see if you can monetize that audience as you start to build the SaaS product. All of this, what it does is it actually hooks you into your ICP. It stress tests your SaaS idea, and it creates a way for you to efficiently generate quality leads for your SaaS product as you build it. And essentially allows you to really make sure you drive to product market fit in an efficient way. Now, if you're looking to really build a SaaS business and really implement this model, I encourage you to check out my SaaS Startup School. Inside of my SaaS Startup School, you will get a monthly AMA, you'll get my insider podcast, you'll get hooked in my community, but most importantly, you'll get my SaaS Startup course, which will tell you exactly how to implement this 90-day plan. It'll tell you exactly how to flesh out your idea, build an audience, and actually go recruit a technical founder. These are all things that are super important. I've created this offering because I wish it existed when I was starting out in my ToutApp journey. And I've talked to countless founders who have gotten so much value from the insights that this course gives you. So I'll link to it below, or you can just go to tkkader.com/SaaS-school for that. Also, I also have a freebie for you. If you are going through this process of at least developing your idea, you should check out my 10-point SaaS checklist. You can download that at tkkader.com/SaaS-checklist. Over there, I'll walk you through about 10 questions that you can answer. I also run a live training that walks you through those questions in a detailed way. You'll also learn more about my SaaS school and what it has to offer. Depending on where you are in the journey, I want to make sure I'm there for you to help you build an incredible SaaS business. So if you got value from this video, please smash that like button. It will mean the world to me and my team. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that bell icon, because I drop a video like this every Sunday and every Wednesday to help you build and scale SaaS businesses. And lastly, remember, everyone needs a strategy for their life and their business. But when you are with us, yours is going to be unstoppable. I'm TK, and I'll see you in the next episode.